Hi guys, Sandy here. Today I want to say I was wrong. Very wrong. I'm talking about the very popular saying, do what you love and you won't have to work a day in your life. I have quoted it to you guys a couple of times. Well, now I've just come to realize how that's not necessarily something to aspire to. In fact, I will go as far as saying it's actually something that's often used against you. The previous generations were all about being grateful for having a job and doing it regardless of how much you hated it, right? You are not meant to enjoy it. That's why it's called work. The newer generations have been taught differently. They've been raised to believe that anything but a fulfilling, exciting job is a failure. That it's all about the job that gets you up in the morning with a smile on your face. And that isn't doing them any favors, because most jobs just don't love you back. Here's the thing, I love my job right now, I really do, but there are some things I don't like, and I don't think there's a job out there that is 100% fun all the time. And I will also say that some of the best jobs I had I didn't like, not at all. I loved my coworkers, I loved the pay, I loved how easy it was for me to do it, but not the job itself. And I'm starting to think that's the best way to do it. Now, I am not saying in any way you should stay at a job you hate, one that hurts your mental or physical health. Those aren't jobs, they're life sentences. But not absolutely loving or being enthusiastic about your job isn't necessarily a bad thing. And I guess the best reason I have for defending doing a job you don't absolutely love is that you aren't invested in it, which means you are less likely to work a lot of hours and just get consumed by it. You don't bring it home with you, and that frees up your mind for better, more important things. Also, if you think about it, there just aren't that many of them going around. A job that sustains your financial and physical needs, but also sustains your spiritual, mental, and emotional needs as well. Easy peasy, right? Focusing exclusively on finding your dream job puts way too much pressure on yourself and could mean you are missing out on what could have been some great opportunities, been there and done that. There's also the definite possibility that what you love doing just isn't profitable, that it's more of a hobby or a side hustle, in which case having a nice, comfortable, well-paying job that makes ends meet and allows you time to do what you love sounds pretty perfect, don't you think? Someone who is passionate about their job is not necessarily living their life any more or less fully than someone who is passionate about their family or their music. Just don't forget to block time in your schedule to do all the things you love with the people you love, okay? Or maybe you don't love the job, but you love the way it makes you feel, the challenges it presents and how you are able to overcome them. Or any other type of satisfaction you may get from it, really. Whatever it is valid. Now, before we continue, just a quick reminder to tap that like button if you're enjoying this video or find any value in it. That way, YouTube will know to spread it to other people, which will go a long way with helping my channel along. I would really appreciate it. Now, I do realize there is a major issue with this concept, which is the fact that more and more employers expect and demand passion and enthusiasm for the job, no matter how numbing or degrading it is. More and more often, you find bosses telling workers to put a smile on their faces, to be filled with positive energy while working, because this is supposed to make them more productive and motivated. We're all family here, rings a bell. But trust me when I tell you, and I guess you probably know this too, you can be just as productive and efficient at a job without caring about the company you're working for or the job you do. Before, they asked us to be self-motivated. Now they expect us to fall in love with what we do to pay the bills, making it almost indecent to want a job to survive. Like it's a bad thing and we have to lie about it. I mean, why can't you just love the money and the things you buy with it? And let's face it, when you're at that job interview, how are you supposed to know if you will love the job? You haven't even tried it, for crying out loud. What I mean to say with all of this is that sometimes the path to happiness starts with contentment, with a job that gives you financial security, that allows you to live your life freely outside of work. A job that you are able to leave behind once you leave it in order to focus on what's really important. That takes up no space in your head whatsoever. There's something to be said about that kind of disengagement, It's all I want to point out. So the next time you're considering a job position and pass it aside because it isn't, exciting enough, or each time you look around at the office and wonder if you're wasting your life, stop and consider it. Are there any advantages to it? Any perks? Anything that would enrich your life in any way? Is it a stepping stone to better things? Okay, am I being too cynical here? Has all the bad news in the world turned me into a settler instead of a go-getter? I don't know, you tell me. Drop a comment below with your opinion on all of this, because I would love to hear from you. Also, before you go, watch this video about how the Gen Zs are planning to quit the rat race the moment they enter the workforce. I think you'll really enjoy it. It also sustains your spiritual, mental. Quit the rat race the moment they enter the work phase. Are planning to quit the rat race the moment they enter.